Leroy Jenkins.
I arrived early, 10:45.
I hope he doesn't Leroy Jenkins.
Went upstairs to the penthouse. I was informed by Amber that she got in a fight with Johnny last night. She threw his personal property over the balcony into the streets, 9th and Broadway.
And when you say personal property, what are you referring to?
His phone, wallet, credit cards, passports, everything that's in his wallet.
Did Ms. Heard say anything else to you about this altercation?
Nothing except they were fighting.
So what did you do after Ms. Heard informed you that she had thrown Mr. Depp's personal property off the balcony?
Formulated a plan with Norm from the office to use the Find My Phone app, hit the streets, and try to get lucky.
Did you end up finding Mr. Depp's phone?
Yes, I did. In Skid Row, probably 6 miles from the house.
On Skid Row.
And who had the phone?
Down on Skid
A homeless gentleman, unhoused gentleman. I approached him about the phone. He was honest. He returned it. I gave him a reward for it.
And what was the reward?
$420, chicken tacos, chips, apples, Fiji water.
Quite an award.
After finding Mr. Depp's phone, what did you do?
I returned to the penthouse, showed the phone to Amber that I retrieved it. I left it in the CP for the evening security to return it to Mr. Depp.
So after figuring out things with the phone, what happened next?
Hey, JT, welcome. I will bring up
what happened next is I walked Amber to the car. We got everybody
use the
in the
restroom.
car.
It's been a while for me. As soon as I
Coachella.
come back, I will give you
back to the penthouse
an
to
honest,
retrieve the dogs and the
as
luggage.
objective.
Were you also going to Coachella with Miss Heard?
Guys.
Yes, I was. I was the transportation for Amber and her friends while she was at Coachella.
So how did you get to Coachella?
Drove the SUV provided by Johnny, put the animals and all the luggage in, and headed out to the venue.
And the morning of April 22nd, did you see any injuries on Miss Heard?
No marks, no injuries.
And so, driving out to Coachella, did anyone drive with you?
I was in the car alone except for the animals.
And how did Miss Heard get to Coachella?
She drove a Mustang.
Was anyone else in her car?
She was with, I believe, her sister and one other friend, her sister, Savannah.
And do you know how many days Miss Heard and her friends were planning to stay at Coachella?
So the following Monday, I believe it's the 25th of April, we departed.
And do you recall where Miss Heard was staying at Coachella?
We were staying at the Parker boutique hotels there in Palm Springs, outside of Coachella.
Were you also staying at the Parker Hotel?
I also stayed there.
And so, did you attend Coachella for work or for pleasure?
For work.
And what was your job that weekend?
Provide security and transportation, animal care. Amber's rolling assistant, take care of her, whatever she needed while she was there at the Parker or in our track.
Do you recall what time approximately you arrived at the Parker Hotel on April 22nd?
Around 5:30ish, maybe 5:45.
And what did Miss Heard and her friends do that evening, April 22nd?
That evening, we arrived. We were assigned the rooms. We went with the staff of the Parker Hotel around to the suites where we were staying. They let us in. We let all the luggage in, and we proceeded to plan for that evening to depart by 7:15ish to get to the festival there.
And how did Miss Heard and her friends get from the hotel to the festival that evening?
I drove them directly to there.
And did you have any discussions with Miss Heard on the way to Coachella that evening?
We had a conversation pertaining to the surprise she left in the boss's bed prior to leaving the apartment.
And when you refer to the surprise in the boss's bed, what are you referring to?
The defecation.
And what did Miss Heard say about the defecation in Mr. Depp's bed?
A horrible practical jerk gone wrong.
Mr. Jenkins, what observations did you make about Miss Heard at Coachella in April 2016?
She had no words. She was there to whoop it up. It's her birthday. She's with her friends.
And how often were you with her that weekend?
Was with her every day. She went to the venue from the time that we interacted with the wallet incident, the night before at the party, all the way until Monday. We returned with the pets and the luggage.
And did you observe anything about Miss Heard's health that weekend?
She got sick.
Do you know
Got
what?
sick at the venue second night.
Do you know what caused Miss Heard to be sick?
What is this double reverb?
She was eating the magic mushrooms and drinking red wine on an empty stomach.
And how do you know that she drank red wine and took magic mushrooms?
I think I fixed
I
it.
saw the room service, and I went to their room to collect them, to take them out that evening.
So is that something?
In the car.
Excuse me. Is that something you witnessed?
So, JT, this is Mr. Starling
I
Jenkins testifying right
And
now.
what did you do in response to Miss Heard being sick at Coachella?
I collected her, got her in the vehicle. She didn't want anyone else to know that she was sick. Take her back to the park or alone.
Hi,
I took her
elaborate.
to the 7-Eleven,
He is a
where I retrieved hydrating
witness for
fluids,
Mr. Depp.
Advil.
being
and
questioned by Mr. Depp's attorney. This is direct right now.
Suite, and then went back to
Direct examination.
And
Direct
Mr. Jenkins, when you said
questioning from Mr.
Miss Heard
Heard's
got sick, do you recall what her symptoms
attorney
were?
to one of Mr. Heard's witnesses.
Yeah, she was throwing up.
Basically, they're
Mr.
trying
Jenkins,
to
did you see any
establish
injuries of any kind on Miss Heard April 22nd, 2016?
that
No injuries.
I'll sustain. So yeah.
You
I'm supposed
saw?
to answer that, I guess, because
No
the
injuries.
objection was sustained.
Have you ever witnessed